Matt.
Holler.
Holla, holla. Dollar make you holla.
Okay.
I don't know. I got nothing
Here's
else.
$1.
Oh, I'm going to holla. Let me holla at you.
Holla, holla, holla.
So, what are we doing?
We're here in the studio.
We
with
are
a
in the
live
studio.
audience in whatchamacallit, Egypt.
Thank you.
It's the Gamers 2 podcast.
That it is.
Yes.
All right, I'm not doing that the entire time for fate.
End of the year. Last episode of the year. December 28th, 2018.
That is true. It is the end of year episode for us. It's our recap episode. It's our top 10 episode. It's our game of the year episode, which, spoiler, it's really not that exciting. It's going to probably be a long one, I guess. I guess we're probably going to go over an hour just because we'll end up talking about shit.
Maybe.
But we still do have our second episode coming out where we eat food and talk about it because we have food that was sent to us again.
Because food's delicious.
Food is delicious. Usually it's only candy, though. If somebody wants to send me a full big ziti dinner or something, I'll talk about it. Also good. Also, good luck. Good luck, but I'll do it.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be so weird. What if I started getting like sent frozen stuff?
That's what I was saying. I was trying to think of how you would do that, and I'm
I don't
like,
know,
I guess they could prepare it, send
Well,
it like
They could either do that
frozen, and
or
then be like, oh, bake this for this amount of time.
you might be able to send like certain companies because you know how you can send half moons across country.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you could probably do the same thing with certain frozen products. That the company's like, oh yes, mail them. Like you can mail meat to each other. You know, Omaha Steaks, you can send meat to people. So
True.
I guess it wouldn't be out of the ordinary if somebody was like, yeah, I sent you these frozen raviolis. Give them a shot. And I'm like, what? Anyway, that's another episode. What in seeing how this is normally gaming focus and our food one is a different one. What have you been doing in the last 7 days?
Let's see here. As far as video games go,
The video juegos.
I have exclusively been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Ah, you're on that exclusive status, huh?
At the moment, yes. Probably will eventually get sick of the hard drive and switch back to Battlefield and go back and forth. But yeah, I'm like 30 hours in. I like it. It's a long game. It appears to be a long game. Yeah, so the bugs that I've run into, I meant to explain this to you. That one where the NPCs, you'll see the NPCs in the distance standing like across.
T-posing?
T-posing, exactly.
I have not come across that.
It happens frequently enough. As I get closer, they'll pop into.
Oh, so it's like they're rendering, but they're not actually pretending like they're noticed.
Yeah, and it could be because of the way I have it set up. Because
Like the
default,
the draw distance is just really far, and
well, I think default. What I changed that I think might be messing with it is by default it has the focus thing going on, to where like everything in front of you is in focus, then everything out is not in focus, is fuzzy, and I turn that off. So
yeah, it might be trying to show you stuff that
yeah,
like they're there, but like they're not doing anything because you technically can't see them.
yeah. What else is there? Just the really unnatural animations for cutscenes, like just there was one. It's not really noticeable. I mean, it's just this typical Assassin's Creed look. But there was one cutscene I just got where it's just like these two characters are talking to each other and kind of just walking around each other, and it's just like, man, this looks like this should be like 5 years back.
Yeah, so I've only played 6 or 7 hours at this point. And my problems have been weird, almost like visual glitch in like a certain part of my screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it would look like the game is just kind of like freaking out a little bit. Like it's not bad, but it looks like glitchy, almost like oh yeah, you're in an Animus. It should look that way, and I'm like, I don't want to give the game credit that it did that on purpose in a cutscene. So then I'm like, is it my TV or my PS4? Like I don't know.
Interesting. I'm gonna go with your TV.
I
Because every time I'm watching you play a game on your TV, it like hurts my brain.
yeah, which hurts me because I don't want to have to buy a new TV right now.
I understand, but they are very cheap.
Yeah, but I don't. I would rather that one die before I do it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
think you could do that then. That's fine. That's fair.
It's either gonna
My
die.
TV's fucking terrible too.
Yeah,
Like,
it's either gonna die or I like force it to die.
Yeah.
I'd rather it just die on its own. I'll cross that bridge when we get there,
Mhm.
and then I'll buy a new console at the same time.
Yeah. Like it's a similar situation. Like I don't use my TV enough to warrant me getting a new one.
Mm.
But our current TV looks so atrocious that it's just like, oh man, you should just really kill yourself so that I can replace you.
Right. Just do it yourself. Don't make me do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like kicking the can up the street, as they say. Putting the responsibility in the hands of the television.
The lamb out to pasture.
Exactly. Then just watching anime. That's about it.
Which looks like a long list.
The list is long. It's the same list, though.
It's the same. The Rookie was on there?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. That's not an anime.
it's not. And it's
I had to remind myself that it also wasn't the baseball movie.
Yeah,
So,
true. That one's
Dennis Quaid.
on break.
It's my Dennis Quaid impression, by the way.
Run with the Wind is on break. Everything else is not. Goblin Slayer's probably gonna get axed. After I watched this episode and I was like, fucking. Actually, this episode wasn't terrible. The one prior to that one was really good.
It's got to happen.
Yeah, the list is really too long. I'm actually not caught up because the significant other is not in classic fashion. However, she's included in the viewing of a television show.
It stops you immediately from watching it.
Because I can't watch it on my own, but then when I'm like, hey, we should watch this new episode out, it's like, I don't feel like it. It's like, oh, here we go.
And so it begins where we end up behind.
Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. That's about it. What do you got going on?
I don't have a lot going on. I think. I guess in my terms, I don't have a lot going on. And you're gonna die. That's great. Been playing a little bit of the Let's Go Pikachu. I'm about a couple hours into that.
Did you get the Pokeball?
No, I did not get the Pokeball. I don't
Didn't want to go that deep in?
No. I'm enjoying it though. It's super easy. So, I mean,
Did you sync it with your mobile app?
No, I haven't done that yet. That's the next step when I pull it out of the charger again. I played last night and my Switch was dying, so I threw it in the charger and I stopped playing. Been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like I said, about 6 hours. Had that weird glitch. That's about it. I haven't had anything like buggy or anything, but holy shit, do I just feel Black Flag? And I'm like, So we'll see. I don't think the sailing is going to be as prominent as Black Flag, but there are definite like Black Flag 2 vibes, and I'm like, oh.
All right, so let me give you
scary bridge you want to come across here, because for a lot of people, they like Black Flag. I might be the small minority that doesn't.
I don't know. I think it's probably fairly even.
It might be 50-50, but I see a lot of people that are like, man, I really like Black Flag, and I'm like, what about it did you like? Even the story was just like, meh. He was barely an assassin.
Yeah, that one. It was. Looking back on it, it's quite clear that the only thing that's enjoyable.
I mean, not to say that currently we're mercenaries. So
yeah, not very assassin-ish.
Yeah,
too much either.
Meh.
But what was I was going to say though
not
about
Mephisto.
The
Mistios.
I'm 30 hours into the game, and I've probably used the ship for, honestly, probably 15 minutes of that time. So I don't think you have to worry too much.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine, but it is faster, like we talked about. But it's still so far. I'm just like,
Scary.
It's the boat thing, man. Just don't. I don't need a boat. I don't need one. And if I need
you
one,
can put cool
don't need it. Nope.
figureheads on the front of it.
Yeah,
I got an octopus right now.
You know when I
It's
could do
huge.
that? Black Flag. You know the last time I wanted to do that? Black Flag.
So you did want to do it.
Because it was the first time. And then after that, I was like, I'm done with this. All I'm picturing is just like the Man of War problems. Where I'm like, oh, God, I have to go get a fucking big ship. And I got to go find it. And it's like a whole thing. And I just don't want to do that.
I wonder if there's elite ships like there was in the...
That was the Man of War ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm
I wonder
like,
if there's... I wonder if Odyssey has those.
I hope they're docked. And I just get to roll up and shoot them while they don't move. Then I leave.
The other thing I was wondering is this:
I just become like a saboteur.
What if you, instead of fighting a ship like traditionally with the boat,
What if
you
I
jump out, swim over to it, and then like climb onto it and just murder everyone?
Yeah, and just kill everybody.
I wonder if you can do that.
I don't know. It'd probably be like you didn't do enough damage to the ship.
The ship's just sitting there empty.
Yeah.
Like,
Or all the archers, rather than shoot your ship, just turn and shoot you in the water for some reason.
or like dudes just keep pouring out from under the hull. Like,
Yeah, somehow there's an infinite amount of. There's a portal in the bottom of the ship.
We'll have to try. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that when I get home.
I'm probably gonna try that even before you, because I'm just gonna be like, I'm not fighting this guy. Give me my swords. That's the one thing I guess. I don't want to get caught up on Assassin's Creed, but that's the one thing I guess with the pirate one, Black Flag, and this one. Like, yeah, you really want me to board the ship? I want to cut a rope and Jack Sparrow my way over there. I don't need to do this whole like reel him in and me jump. Like, no, let me cut a rope, swing over, and my guys behind me will find a way. I will 1v30 this boat right now.
There's no like fun way to board a ship. It should be a fucking epic thing, but it's just like. It's the game slows down. You're reeling the boat in. It's just this like awkward moment.
I just hold triangle to initiate boarding, and then the moment I get close enough, I run to the side and jump. And I'm like, whatever I land on, and I just start going. I don't have time.
Yeah. So you have the lieutenants are where it's at though, because they do all the fighting for you. Like you have some good ones. So like. Half the time I'll jump over and board a ship, and then like my lieutenants have already like murked everyone.
Yeah, which I'm always fine with.
Yeah,
or we murk them together. Playing Battlefield 5, still jamming, still enjoying it. Even when I'm complaining about the fact that Grand Operations is a giant pile of shit, I understand why it's in the game and I get it. But holy shit, do I hate it? I could play Conquest. All day. Don't need another game mode.
So weird. I fucking hate Conquest. Hate it.
See, I enjoy it. But I was initially Battlefield 2? Bad Company 2, maybe? I only played Rush. I was a Rush whore.
What were they called in Battlefield 1? Were they Grand Operations?
I don't even know. I'm saying Rush is the two objectives with, and then you move down the map like it was.
Yeah, it was there.
But that was
the precursor to
right. It was just one map, one game, not this 3-day event where you got bonuses and shit like that. And that I enjoyed, and then Battlefield 3 I think came out because I think that was the Metro DLC, or the Metro was the beta map, and. I just played Conquest all day. All I ever played on that game was Conquest. Battlefield 4, barely played it. Conquest. Battlefield 1, Conquest. Though we did do some of the, not Grand Operation, whatever they were called in Battlefield 1. And those they were fun. I didn't see them as usually so much of a nightmare. But so far in this one, it's like, oh, attack. Get fucking slaughtered.
There's definitely like Battlefield 1 was better about balance somehow. I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know if
it's a balance issue or if it's a matchmaking issue or what it is.
I feel like it was, and everybody complained because you get the train or the boat or the gunship or something, but those things are gone in this one, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'm behind, but not. If you get behind as an attack, you stay behind.
I've noticed that it's like that with all the game modes too, though. Conquest, that was my thing. That's my issue with Conquest as well, is that if you start to get behind, you just never catch up. Like,
yeah, I guess that's true. I guess it depends on how far you get behind, because I've come back from like 50 or 70 point games, but anything over like 100,
Yeah.
I'm usually not coming back from.
That's part of why I haven't gone back to it since I started playing Assassin's Creed is because we were talking about it, I think off air. I'm not a good player. I'm like mediocre at best.
Uh-huh.
And there's no way I'm affecting a team of that size, but it seems like every team I'm on gets shit stomped. And by shit stomped, I mean like my win percentage is like 3%.
Your win percentage compared to mine is atrocious.
Yeah, and there's no reason for that because I shouldn't I'm not affecting the team that much. There's no way it's me.
There's no way one person is causing a 3% win rate.
Yeah. So I'm just really confused by the game in general, just from what I've played and what I've seen, and it's just really, I don't know if it's a matchmaking thing or what, but.
Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to play some baseball, so I started playing MLB The Show again.
I hopped onto the PlayStation app and I saw you popped a trophy.
Yeah, I got the cycle finally.
Yeah, the 1, 2, 3, whatever the fuck it was.
Single, double, triple, and home run by one player in a game.
Yeah,
I finally did it today. I did it today in December. I've had that game since March.
Afterwards, were you like, "Fuck this game," and then
I didn't even realize it. That the person I did it with, I had hit the double, the triple, and the home run already, and he was coming up to bat for the fourth time, and they say "Oh, double." I see his stats for the day. I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm a single away from a cycle." All right, that's pretty cool. And then I did it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that is a trophy. Cool." I didn't know if I was ever gonna get that one, but I don't try for the trophies.
Yeah,
I'm not a trophy whore.
Yeah.
I finally finished Good Clean Fun by Nick Offerman.
Thoughts?
It's good. It's enjoyable. I think it's more enjoyable if you I don't dislike woodworking, but if you know a lot more about it and are really into it, I think it's better.
Yeah.
But it's fun to read a personal account of his and stuff like that. And at the end of it, they talk about some recipes and stuff like that they do at a cookout, that they do at cookouts there. Mm-hmm. So we have some stuff we can try if we really wanted to.
Yeah, cool.
I started reading another book that I don't remember the name of. We'll see if I continue it. I don't know. It's really...
Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction, but it's current fiction. So it's a story of this comic book writer or designer, artist. What is she? She's a writer that is helping with a police investigation because obviously somebody is running around playing vigilante and has now referenced a comic book that she works on situation.
Sounds like cliche.
But it's super social justice warrior level. And there's a couple times where I'm like, you didn't need any of this part. I get it, but you did not need to put this in, this in, this in.
Yeah, it doesn't add to the story or character.
Yeah,
really.
It adds to the character for about 10 seconds. And then you mention it once and never mention it again. But then it comes up a few more other times. I'm like, why? Why is this coming up? And whatever. Watching football. I'm about to get to playoffs. I managed to win one of my fantasy leagues.
Congratulations.
It's the one that you know people in.
Oh, boy.
The one that I was in the finals of last year, and I lost by not substituting one of my players. And so I made it to the finals again, and I won the damn thing. I should have won it 2 years in a row. They all suck. I'm better. All right, that's my ego. I'm done. And then I've been... I don't know. For some reason, when I don't know what to do, my binge watch show has been Bob's Burgers. I've already watched it once, so I'm just watching it again.
That is weird. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
It's funny to me because, we were saying earlier, you find Rick and Morty annoying.
Yeah.
And I tried watching Bob's Burgers, and on paper, I should like Bob's Burgers because I love Archer, and it's similar.
It's different humor for sure.
But I can't get into it for some reason.
Yeah, but is it because you find them annoying? What is it that does it for you? That doesn't do it for you? Is there like
I don't find it as entertaining as I feel like other people do.
That's fair. I mean, I don't have it like at high praise.
Yeah.
I find it on like a Scrubs level of entertaining. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where it's not amazing, but it has really good moments in it. And like the episodes are good, like one shots. It's just that my problem with Rick and Morty is that the two main characters, Rick and Morty, are so unbelievably annoying. I can't watch it. Like just like the voices alone to me, I don't like. They're not as bad as like nails on chalkboard, but damn, they're close. And it's just like I can't get through it. Not to mention that I hate the Community.
I think it's more. I have the feeling that it's more. The fact that the Community is so annoying is feeding into the fact that I think you think the characters are annoying or their voices are annoying and stuff. Like if that wasn't there, it probably wouldn't be.
The Community was a problem for me, like initially ever wanting to start it.
Yeah,
but then after starting it, I don't really hear anything about the Community now because there's nothing going on.
Yeah,
but
it's
like still like I'm watching it and I'm just like it's not. It's the same people, not the same people. But it's the same situation that some people find like
it's my Game of Thrones.
Bad grandpa funny, or certain other. Oh, Max, don't dude,
get him.
Like certain other funny because we're stupid things. And I'm not saying Rick and Morty is a stupid intelligence level, but I'm saying like Jackass really isn't entertaining. Like it's not high level comedy. It's not. It's just a bunch of guys dicking around the entire time. Like, I don't know. It's just not entertaining. And I feel like some people are just watching it that are just like, it's so funny, this thing. And like everybody that I hear reference, and this is back to the crowd, but everybody here referencing like the Mr. Meeseeks thing. I can't even get there because the two voices to me, oh, G-Ray. I'm just like, oh my God, no, shut up.
But Mr. Meeseeks, look at me.
Yeah, it's like, oh God, don't do the voice. I'll kill you. I'll jump through this mic right now and end you. I just can't. I can't do it.
I would think that if I would have experienced or seen the Community before watching the show, I probably would not have watched the show.
And I did the same thing that I did with Gambino, aka Glover, and Post Malone and yada yada, where it's like, let it all die down, then go take a look. And I like both of them. But then I let this one die down and I go to watch it. I'm like, I can't enjoy it. It's almost where it's like annoying just to be annoying. And I'm like, I can't. No.
It's interesting to me because you like South Park, but not Rick and Morty, but they're like very similar to each other with they have toilet humor, but at the same time, they're very philosophical.
Yes, and I can say that I didn't necessarily like a lot of early South Park, but I can say I like it now because it's now reached the GTA level of satire of America.
Yeah.
Where it's actually just, now their seasons are not canonical, but there's a story being told throughout the season that has now been almost traipsed over the last 3 seasons with PC Principal and all these characters that are coming in, and they're running with a storyline the entire time now. And it's like, oh, shit. And then they're still making the end of the season this time was the Amazon warehouse problem.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I can relate to this. Is entertaining because they're just ripping on current status of things. But dealing with, I don't know. Like, I like Fairly Odd Parents. That's got absolutely nothing to do with anything. And it's pretty stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I like SpongeBob. Same thing. Pretty stupid.
That I don't understand.
But it's just like, it's something about, specifically, I think, Rick and Morty that I don't like. I just find it annoying.
Okay. That's fair.
I wish I liked it. I wish that there was some.
That's how I feel about Game of Thrones. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Game of Thrones." I'm like,
yeah.
I guess. Like, I'm sorry. I wish I was interested.
Yeah, and it's the same thing where like Todd wants me to love this, and I'm just like, I wish I could, buddy, but I'd almost rather die. This is pretty bad.
Bold.
I said almost. Almost. So anyway, seeing how this is the end of the year episode, there's no new releases. If there were, you can go find them. There's like 4, I think, that I saw on my normal super list. Then nothing worth mentioning. Bunch of ports. Speaking of things going on, Steam sale's still going on, though.
Anything good? Didn't you?
I haven't dabbled yet.
I have not either.
We should discuss after this. We should take a
gander
down the storefront and peer through shop windows at things we might want to buy.
Little window shopping.
Little. Ooh, look at that tasty tree.
Ooh,
fine. That tree fitty?
Tree fitty.
You damn Paleolithic monster. Anyway, let's talk about the 3 news stories we have.
3 of them.
Which, honestly, is impressive. I thought we would have none and we would get right to our top 10 Game of the Year discussion. So,
just some quick ones.
You want me to start? No, you start, actually.
Since the beginning of the Overwatch... Since the beginning. No.
In the beginning, there was only light and dark. And darkness.
All that the light touches.
And darkness could not conquer the light.
Is this Destiny?
Was that Destiny?
I don't know. It's very, darkness.
That was more preachy than anything. That's a Jesus thing.
Jesus. Since
Darkness,
the beginning,
light, the darkness couldn't swallow the light, whatever.
Since the beginning of the Overwatch League, Blizzard has had little success in combating toxic chat on Twitch.
When they say toxic, they mean racism.
Yes, they do. And but that may change with the start of Season 2. Blizzard is testing a new moderation system in the Contenders Overwatch League, the semi-pro division. Viewers who want to participate in chat must link their Battle.net accounts with their Twitch accounts. Blizzard has made no mention of possible punishment for toxic chat, but the intent is clear. Linking accounts gives Blizzard more options for enforcing chat guidelines.
I like it.
I think it's a great fucking idea.
I think it's amazing. I didn't know what the story was about, and now I do, and now I'm pumped.
That's why it's in there, because I feel like this is a great idea. Like, I'm not even going to say half. Most of the issue with the internet is that people are faceless.
Yep. Everybody thinks they're behind I said it on the internet. Guess what, bitch? That shit sticks.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wish most news sites, and this is going to go into a complete tangent, but most news sites, especially local news sites, should force you to sign in with your identity. Yeah. And your identity, should you dare comment on a story that you have no right sharing an opinion on a public-facing place, you should have to sign your damn name on there, your actual name. So when I come across you in the street, I know to avoid you because you're an idiot. It would save me a lot of time. Do I ever read comment sections? No! For specific reasons, and I probably just mentioned them.
Because here's the deal, people. We have free speech, but speech has consequences.
And that's what you all forget. And guess what? Corporations aren't the government. They can limit your speech however the hell they want.
True that.
I love the idea, though, that somebody links their account and is just like, this thing, banned, gone. See you later. I don't care if you don't play Overwatch anymore. And it's just like,
ban hammer. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Pikachu,
they could...
Pikachu meme. This is total Pikachu meme territory.
I'd be all right with that because, like, obviously, it would take them, like, maybe a month of doing that, and people would be very quickly figure out, this is...
Would very quickly just be like, I'm not going to say anything in chat, even if I am toxic, just not going to say it. And then...
It would be dope if Blizzard was just like, you know what, we don't want your business. We don't want to do business with people like you. And it's like, oh, shit.
It turns out we don't want to do business with anybody because you guys don't have phones. And you're like, oh shit.
Poor Blizzard.
Diablo. Anyway. So I'm in fan of that.
Me too.
Especially because I don't comment anyway.
Yeah. It doesn't...
Not that it even affects me, but I don't say those things even if I did, so...
Yeah. It'd be interesting, though, if you could actually... If people could have legitimate conversations or chat could be somewhat legitimate and instead of just
Meme heavy racism, yeah.
Yes.
Be interesting. Speaking of racism, soccer players in Italy. That's a true story, but I don't actually have a way to translate into it. And I really don't need to.
Oh,
Italy's just super racist against black people.
Really?
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
That is weird.
It's weird, but it's true.
I wonder where it comes from.
I think I'm not going to speak on it.
Okay.
Because the person that they were most recently, not even reprimanded for, that it most recently came out about is a black player on Napoli, whose first name escapes me, but is Koulibaly is his last name. He's a center back for
a dope fucking last name.
He's a center back for Napoli. He's also a badass. He's really good. And I can't remember what country he's from, but it's somewhere in Africa. Ivory Coast, no. Ghana, no. I'm not even going to do it. Not even going to do that. It's almost racist of me at this point to keep guessing. And they were chanting like racial slurs and shit against him, and the stadium announcer, I think 3 times had said something like stop that or whatever. That's to the level of just stop it. Mm-hmm. But then nothing was ever done. The fans weren't removed or all this other stuff, and it's just that's not okay. But they were also not those same fans, but Italy was also super against Mario Balotelli being the striker for the Italy national team because he was black, because he wasn't pure Italian. Yeah, there was a lot of
okay.
They're dirtbags.
So if you ever come look into that afterwards.
So not only if you ever come across the Italian person that thinks that they're the only ones that cook right, they hate black people.
I'm curious about the where that stems from.
Number 2. Fallout 76 players will be receiving a few classic Fallout games as an apology from Bethesda. I just kind of want to stop there because haha, solid apology.
Yeah, it's kind of a shit apology.
Via Bethesda, yeah, because they're gonna give them what? If I'm correct, it's the ones that they didn't make. 1 and 2.
It's the three games that no one's ever gonna go back and play.
Yeah, so via Bethesda's Twitter account, quote, anyone, all caps, anyone who logged into the full release of #Fallout 76. I'm reading this quote specifically like that.
That's fine.
In 2018, will receive an entitlement. Really bad, poor choice of words there, I guess.
It was.
Will receive an entitlement for Fallout Classic Collection on PC. This applies to Xbox One and PS4 players too. The entitlement is expected to go live in early January. These games are only available on PC, but any PC made in the last 10 years should be more than capable of playing them.
Oh, shizzle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But it's what? Fallout 1, 2...
And Tactics.
And Tactics, yeah. So 1 and 2 weren't Bethesda. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, who's going to go back and play those?
As they keep trying to backpedal off of 76's failures.
Maybe if they said 4 or 3 and 4 or just 3 or maybe I would take 3 over those.
There's no reason they couldn't give 4 out at this point.
Yeah. They could just remaster it, sell it later.
Give out New Vegas.
Poor Obsidian.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. Outer World. Fallout Space.
Fallout Space.
Fallout Vaporwave Space. Also called Rage 2. Anyway.
Numero Trace. Jack Black has launched a gaming-focused YouTube channel.
Oh, shit.
He's calling it Jablinski, and he already has over 1 million subscribers with a 29-second video.
You think Jablinski could be said the same way Jabroni is?
I assume so.
Jablinski. You're being a Jablinski right now.
I don't even know what a Jablinski is, but I really enjoy when he says it.
Jack Black-insky.
Maybe.
I don't know, because I think he spells it B-L-I instead of B-L-A, so it's Jablinski, not Jablansky, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's still the way that he does, maybe that's his version of Kawasaki, or it's the way that he does magic. That's his magic name. He's the great Jablinski.
I could see that.
I could definitely see that.
That's his D&D character.
That's so easily his, not moniker, persona. Anyway, also Jack Black might have just been taken on YouTube. Who knows?
Yeah, possibly. Or he already has that one for something else.
Yeah.
In said video, he claims his channel is, quote, going to be bigger than Ninja. It's going to be bigger than PewDiePie. End quote.
I like it. I like the immediate. Let's reference the kids, yo.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Love Jack Black, but this is
on Twitter. He was responding to a fan, I believe, or someone, and he basically said something along the lines of, "My son is holding me hostage to do this," and some other funny shit in there.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So doing it for the kids, which his kids probably our age.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I say doing it for the kids, my peers.
Yeah. No, I think he's a teenager. I think his son's a teenager, but
That's
I don't know.
probably true. That sounds more correct.
I'm of two minds on it. I mean, it's an established, well-known person doing a YouTube channel, which is always fraught with danger. But it's Jack Black, who seems to be, obviously, I don't know him personally. I would love to.
Yeah, honestly, Jack Black, you got
collab?
You got a new YouTube channel. We got a really low-rated podcast. You want to do something? I'll fly myself to you.
That'd be
and
dope.
then I'll record gameplays with you for a week. You get somebody to edit them, and then I'll fly back out 6 months later, and we'll do it again. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 5 days for that week. So I'll pull a full 40-hour work week with you of just recording things. The offer's on the table. Reach out to Jack Black for me, my people, and tell him.
People. It's Jack Black, so it's probably going to be funny.
And then when he doesn't answer me, I won't complain, and I'll move on.
Yeah.
I will just cut out another small picture and just put a sad face across it, and then move on. Yeah, I'm curious what it's gonna be. Funny's obvious, but
yeah,
what?
Like, what's he play? What's he going to play?
Is he gonna play anything?
Yeah. Is it?
Who knows?
Is it going to be him commenting on his son playing, maybe, or maybe like it's him? I'm curious of his. I'm assuming he's a gamer of some.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious to just see what it entails. Sure.
I think he would do really well with a method we're familiar of, where somebody plays and he just shit talks from behind the entire time. He gets the right three people. It's going to be a solid party.
I was thinking about it more, and I'm like, oh, that could be interesting.
Yeah, that is like, because he has the craziness. Because he doesn't have to be good at the game, and even if he wanted to be the driver, then it's still whatever. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, every Friday he's releasing
Friday.
Content apparently.
Now the next topic is our big topic. It's the big last topic for the end of the year. Our quote-unquote top 10, which will never actually be a top 10.
Not for me, at least.
Matt will be a top 9.
Yeah.
Nate will be...
Top 35 over here.
Yeah, top 35 apparently, / top 10.
Fucking overachiever.
And then... our game of the year we'll get out of the way first. We'll talk about that, and then I think we should just both kind of run through our lists. I'm going to be able to blitz through mine because a lot of them is just like a lot of that in there is stuff that I dabbled in or stuff that we've played before, but I also played in 2018, so I just marked it down. So I guess our game of the year. Our game of the year is...
You can say it.
Yeah, I'll let you say it.
No, I'll let you say it.
All right. God of War. Sony Santa Monica.
We really threw it out there. It's totally, no one picked that for Game of the Year. So we're,
Yeah, we're completely unique.
Yep.
We are unlike any other news site you've ever seen. Best indie game, Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, it's been so long since I played God of War, but I loved it.
Yeah, so we were
I'm also going to look up some fake categories real quick.
Okay.
To see if there's anything we want to... That best waifu, who knows? I don't know.
I could get into that. My significant other's father, for Christmas, received a PS4. And he also got God of War as one of the games. And we were super hyped about it. We were like, oh my God, you're going to love this game. This game's so fantastic. Like, installed it. He started playing it. It's been years since he's used a controller. He's been PC Master Race for the past couple years.
Honestly, nothing wrong with that.
And he's
Until you're actually walking around saying PC Master Race, but that's,
Yeah. I always do it. I do it to everyone. It's more of a trolling thing than anything else.
Oh, yeah. When I do it all the time to people that are like, oh, you play on console, you pleb.
He has the same issue that you have with controller basically now, where it's like you have trouble with the controller, like it's just not comfortable anymore.
I have trouble only in first person shooters.
Yeah,
of the multiplayer variety. Like I can still play Borderlands and stuff with the controller, but I can't play Call of Duty, Battlefield, whatever. Anything that's like a quote unquote Twitch FPS shooter.
So imagine the troubles that we have going back and forth, and now he's 50 something.
Yeah, except make it worse.
Yeah, and he's only been playing PC for the past 2 to 3 years. So he threw me the controller for the first fight with what the fuck's his name there?
I want to say Balrog. That's not his name.
It's not, but it's close. It's
Baldur.
And so I was playing the game again.
The Dragon Ball Z fight.
Yeah. And I was like, God damn, I want to play this game again. And then that brought up the whole thing where Samantha and I were like, oh, we should go back to this game again. For no reason, really, because we're damn near platinum it. We're like 2 trophies short, which was just the collectibles. But, yeah, it's a good game. Good game. Great game. The best of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything wrong.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Like,
music's great. Controls
Music's
are
great.
good.
Story's good. I mean, the only thing that you couldn't jokingly say is wrong is boy.
Yeah,
boy.
Well, that was
Read
the thing.
Boy.
Somehow they managed to use it enough to make it a thing without making it annoying.
Read it, boy.
Boy.
Also, did you? I couldn't believe you didn't know that was Stargate guy.
Dude, I didn't know.
I thought you knew that. I knew that like as we were playing the game, but I never watched Stargate. It was just it came up in.
He doesn't sound anything like that in Stargate.
It just came up in headlines and stuff beforehand. Like so and so is playing. I think it was when they announced who Kratos was because they weren't bringing back old Kratos, and then people were like, they pulled him out of Stargate for this. And also a bunch of the comments on the Read It Boy clip when it showed up on Reddit afterwards were a bunch of people referencing Stargate, being like, "You clean up pretty well, Stargate name."
Yeah. Well, that was before I had any interest in the game because like I had no interest in God of War. The first thing I saw about God of War, was the game director in his video of him seeing the reviews for the first time. Like I knew it was coming out, like I knew it was going to be a first party game. And I was just like, yeah, whatever. And then that video went viral, which caught my attention for obvious reasons. And then I was like, oh, okay, what's this game all about then? And then, like, it's obviously a masterpiece. And, like, everyone's like, 10 out of 10, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, I guess I should pay attention to this game now. Yeah. Yeah. Now give us another one, please. God of War 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Okay.
Kratos becomes Techno Viking.
I'd take Techno Viking.
Good old Techno Viking. But yeah, I'm completely okay with that. I wish my voice could actually get deep enough to do the boy joke, but it can't. Because even when I get really deep, it doesn't sound like that.
Sounds like Batman.
Yeah. Where is she? Rachel. Alfred. Where are the drugs going? The Pete Holmes sketch. Yeah, so do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first? Because I don't necessarily know that I have a top 10.
I don't.
But I definitely have one.
Order.
I definitely have ones that I would end up getting narrowed down into a top 10 by liking and not. Which will be very clear as I talk about them, I'm pretty sure. So,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I only have. That's the joke here, guys. Is I have a list of 9 games. Nate has a list of 35 games.
Mind you, by the way, this is the list of things we played this year.
Yes.
These aren't even a list of like top 10 games. This is Matt played 9 to my 35. I beat him in a 3-1 scale, in almost a 4-1 scale.
Yes.
Not to say that's also not to say that I finished these games, just that I played them.
Yes. Well, I guess I missed a couple, but they're on your list, I'm sure.
Okay.
So I'll
you go ahead and go through yours, I guess, and then I'll hit up mine. If you want to go through both your lists, that's fine. Or if you want to save that one for when we talk about our 2019 expectations.
Oh man!
Also, I feel like I keep sniffling, and I'm trying to hopefully it doesn't get in the mic. But if it does, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try to say these in order of, and like what I think is, if I were to recommend these for people to play, I'm gonna put them in that order. Like, which one would I recommend first?
I really wish
comparatively to last.
This is also the part where I kind of jokingly wish we videoed this with like a studio and post cut it.
Yeah, so
I could put the pain chart up that you get like handed at the hospital, where it's all just a bunch of smiley faces, and it's like, where do you rate yourself on a pain chart of 1 to 10? And it'd be the same thing, but for video games, where it's like 1 to 10 of 1 being the most painful and 10 being obviously the good one, which is the reverse of how the pain chart actually works, but not the point of doing it that way. And then just below us, just like our faces come up where it's like, hey,
we could keep it that way and just say like how painful is this game to play? So, like, if it's low on it, it's good. If it's high on it, it's
only
bad.
because I know you have a 10 on there. I don't really know.
Yeah. So, all right. So, I'm just going to God of War. God of War's on the list, obviously.
So, I say, do you want to go top? You do what you want.
Yeah, I'm just going to run through mine real quick. God of War, obviously. If I had to recommend any one of these games that I've played this year, God of War would be number 1.
Yep. As long as you own a PS4, you should have played it. And if you didn't, what are you doing? Playing Fortnite? Stop that.
And then this is where it gets interesting. I don't know. I'll just say Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably just for that game's. I feel like that game was too much to be Game of the Year. Like it was so.
It's so much in that game that I think if they not scaled it down slightly, but there's I guess scaled it down is right. There just wasn't as much. It wouldn't expose a lot of the flaws.
Yeah,
like it would have been more perfect.
Yes,
which is the problem because they're competing with God of War, which for all intents and purposes is perfect.
Yeah. Like Red Dead, you could have probably cut all of Chapter 5 out, and the game would have still been fantastic.
Speaking of Chapter 5, no, Chapter 4
is 4. Which one's the one with
Guarma? Is 4, right? Then you come back. There's a little bit.
Three's
Rhodes.
Well, then 4 would be Saint Denis, and then 5 would be
Saint Denis. 4 and 5 are both there. 4. You're in, and then you get kicked out, and then 5 you come back to find them just north of Saint Denis.
Mm-hmm. And then 6 is the cave.
Yeah, so 4 would be Saint Denis, and then 5 would be the end of Saint Denis.
So 4
into 5 is basically island. Yeah, like end of 4.
Whatever. The chapter with the island, that whole island segment could have been cut out and not in there.
I wouldn't let him on you. He's not dirty.
Kitty.
He's a spelly boy. Yeah, that part could have been cut out. But speaking of that part, I now need to talk to you about something else because I never got the true understanding of where he got it.
Okay.
But that's maybe just because I missed the dialogue section or I didn't talk to the right people. But that's a.
Can we?
I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to because for the same reason, if you haven't played this game yet, you need to go do it.
Yeah, I agree. So that's the thing that's really confusing about the whole game of the year this year, I think, is that Red Dead, for me personally, it's too overwhelming to give it game of the year because like it's just I'm honestly still processing the game. Like
I still jam out to the music and then I still like not get I guess I get emotional at some
almost
parts.
like nostalgic almost.
Yeah, it's all like I finished it 2 weeks ago and I'm like, oh man, yeah, that happened. That was a thing. Like getting it was like a super compelling book.
Yeah, so the best way I could describe it is like you play God of War, you live Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah,
this is the best way to put it.
You definitely do play God of War, where you are playing a story of Kratos and his and Atreus and going
and
through
like watching.
You're more learning about what's going on with them. Where you're playing as Arthur Morgan, where yes, you are playing as Arthur Morgan, but Arthur Morgan is also well done enough to be almost a quote unquote blank canvas to project yourself onto. That as you start reaching the end of the game, you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And as I was talking about off air when I was talking about watching hey, whatever. That's up to you. He's just stinky. I don't think he's dirty, but I think he's just stinky.
You stinky boy.
And watching the performance by the band that did the some of the soundtrack songs that you get in the in like the really deep cutscenes, and I can immediately put myself right back in those moments, and I'm just like, damn, those are powerful moments. When it's just you riding on a horse and nothing's happening except the music, and the music is directly related to exactly what just happened or what is about to happen, and you're like, shit. That is like it's a solid gut punch. And even God of War's great gut punches weren't that you're not as invested, I think, as you are in Red Dead.
Yeah, they're like it's hard for me to describe, but they're both very emotional games.
Yes.
But the way that they make you feel is so completely different to where like Red Dead, I don't know, like God of War makes you feel something and it takes you on this adventure and it's fulfilling, and Red Dead is like it makes you feel so many different things at once, and it just makes you think. Like you're just like you're always thinking or like always contemplating things. And it just, by its very nature, just you feel like in a constant state of like flux. Like it's I don't know, it's really interesting, and if yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of debate with a lot of places and people as far as like Red Dead or God of War.
And as far as I'm concerned, it's not a play one or the other. It's a play both.
Yeah, it very much is a you have to play both. Anyways, next on my list is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, which I think it actually released in 2017. I played it in 2018, so suck it.
Which is going to run into our list where things, especially my list, where things have released years beforehand.
Yeah,
this is just stuff that we played in 2018.
Yeah, also a masterpiece game and same emotional roller coaster, and it is very, very good. Let's see here. So we got God of War, Red Dead, Hellblade. We'll throw a loop in there. It's actually I regard this game very well. Detroit Become Human. it was way better than I thought it was going to be. And it is very unique in the gaming world, I feel like, as far as its storyboarding with its trees of choices and like showing you where everything could have gone and like you going back and changing things and the relationships that can develop in different ways. And it makes you appreciate storytelling almost. Like it's
Butterfly effects.
Yeah, the butterfly effect, exactly. And the whole idea of AI and artificial life, like, and what that means. And one of the low key, like, cool things about that game is the menu. So the menu is presented to you as this female android, and as you play through the game and you go back to the menu or you're starting the game again after you turned it off or whatever, like you develop this, like she develops this relationship with you, and she talks to you and stuff like that. So it's almost like that is a part of the game, and depending on the choices you make in whatever playthrough, she says different things and reacts differently and
interesting.
It's really cool. Like the whole, it's a whole experience. It's really bizarre.
It's on my list to hopefully get through before some of the big shit starts hitting in 2019. So
yeah,
we'll see.
You could. It's kind of. It's one of those games. Like it's kind of got that Far Cry thing where like you can actually finish the game in like 2 seconds. If you wanted to, or like a level that took me an hour might take you like literally 10 minutes.
Yeah, if I just make a different choice and
like,
or the solid, what was it, Far Cry 3 joke, 4 joke, where you just don't move.
Yeah,
and then Pegamin comes back and says, "Oh, perfect, let's go."
There's like you can cut off whole, like you follow 4 or 5 different characters. You can cut off whole trees. Like whole characters can die early on, and you just don't do anything with them anymore.
Man, how disappointed would I be to end that game in an hour? Oh, they're all dead. All right, well, I guess moving on.
That would be kind of fantastic, though, and just kind of sum up like our relationship, because I'd be like, "Oh, this game's fucking great," and you'd be like, "Took me 1 hour. This game's garbage."
Yeah. I was really curious. I'll bring it up when you get there.
All right. Let's see here. Forza Horizon 4 racing game, love it. Cars.
Yep, great game.
Far Cry 5.
Great game, I guess, if you love arcade racing. I wouldn't say it's a simulation racing game, but it's still a great racing game.
Speaking of that, I saw an article pop up about Gran Turismo Sport.
Yeah, that there's 103 yada yada. I saw the same
all
article.
Free cars, and I was like, it piqued my interest. I was like, what?
Yeah, I did. I went, and then I went, Project Cars 2 is $12. What? And then I was like, all right, well, I don't. And I already know if I got either of them, I wouldn't play them.
Yeah, that's the issue. And I
just played Forza. I know my racing is now. I've gone up to the hill, and now I'm coming down the hill, and I will not be looking for another one to climb for about another 8 months.
It's the same train of thought I went through, because I was like, oh, this is interesting. And I was like, wait, that one game, Assetto Corsa, exists. And then I looked into that real quick again, and I was like, what am I doing? Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to have time for this. What else is on here? I'm playing through Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now. It's fantastic, and I'm sure I'm going to like it. Battlefield 5, same story. Shadow of the Colossus. I played through a good amount of that. Did not enjoy it, but I think it just didn't age well.
Yeah, I feel like I've pretty much it. Pretty much everything that my knowledge about it and what people have said about it is that.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's still all the same problems that it had in the original. They didn't bother to fix anything because it's just true to the original. It's like, that's not how that works.
Yeah. So that's everything that I've played in, that I've played a good amount of time of. And I think I had a good year. I trimmed like that. My New Year's resolution for last year was to play more games, which I was very successful in. And I think I had a
Were
good...
you? Now I'm actually questioning. Were you actually more successful this year than last year?
I think so. Yeah.
In terms of like if we actually went back and looked at the list from last year, was it only maybe like 5 and you were struggling? I think that was a joke because we had said top 10 and we got about 5 in and you're like, I fucking don't know.
Yeah, so I think
you did succeed, but I was curious if you actually did or not.
we can look into it. Maybe while you're going through your list, I'll try to pull up the previous documents and take a look. But I'm satisfied with my combination of quantity and quality. Put it that way.
Fair.
For my
it's gonna be in the 2017 folder if you pull it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'm gonna pass the torch to you.
All right.
And you're 35.
So these are by order that I remembered I was playing them. I forgot a game on here. I gotta mention that. Well, 36. Because I'm sure you'll also remind me if I forget something that I've maybe talked about. I started my year with Batman Telltale, which also was a 2017 release. That was Batman Telltale Season 2, which, rip Telltale. I don't get to play Season 3 now, apparently.
Oh, yeah, because
I
was like confused for a second there, and then I was like, oh, yeah, just
Yeah,
Walking
right,
Dead's
yeah.
getting finished.
Yep. So that... It was solid, and I was actually looking forward to Season 3. I was actually enjoying what we were doing there. Then we played Far Cry 5, which is probably my action game of the year. If I just give overall total game of the year to God of War and say that it can't win something else, then I give action game of the year probably to Far Cry. The amount of just weird shit during physics engines that happened to us during that game.
I enjoyed it. It just didn't, it was good, and it was a good Far Cry game, but for me, it just, I think you probably agree, nothing but stood out, really.
Nothing really stands out, except for, once again, they find a way to have great villains.
They do. They really do.
I think... This one, not so much. I think this one, and maybe I don't agree with you in this sense, but I think they only nailed it with 2 of them. But that's still a 50% success rate. And I think they nailed it with Faith and Jacob.
Which one's Jacob?
Shit. Jacob.
John's Jesus, I believe. With the glasses. The aviators.
Is he?
Yeah.
I looked this up last time. We went through this.
Jacob's the Vietnam.
It's all they're all Johns.
Or not Vietnam. Jacob, I think, is the older brother, the upper one. Right?
The one that was the airfield?
No.
Or the one that was the hospital?
Hospital, I think. Jacob's hospital.
Hospital was Vietnam, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up again right now because I'm already...
Well, if John's...
Joseph is the top guy.
Yeah, Joseph's the top guy.
Joseph's the top guy.
John's the brother at the airfield.
Didn't even get to pull it up because I remember Joseph Seed.
That's what I was trying to figure out, who's the other one? Who's the other J?
John, Joseph, and Jacob, yeah. Joseph and Faith were so well done.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I still can see scenes of when you're going through the stuff with Faith, even as you're fighting her to kill her, and she's freaking out because she's at that point where she's in weird 50-50 where she wants to follow her brother, but she doesn't know. She's not convinced. And then you have Joseph who's I told you the bombs were going to go off or whatever, and then they do. And then he's in the trailer for New Dawn.
Yeah.
Which I need to watch the trailer again just so I can hear what he says. But it's what the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
New Dawn's only $40, by the way.
That's have they come out and said whether we are going to get any story on what happens to
I think so, only in the sense of that's why he's still there. That's why he's still talking to you. Then I played a mobile game called Miniguns that spawned out of a PAX playtest. So, mobile games. Bless you. And again. And then I played MLB The Show 18, which, if you love baseball, it's the best baseball game on the market.
Is there many other
name
options?
Name another option. I guess you have a couple other options.
RBI.
Yeah, RBI baseball or Super Mega Baseball. But they're not.
I always feel so bad for the people that buy RBI because that's the only thing that's on Xbox.
I'm just like, oh, it's not good. Maybe, technically it's a callback to old baseball games, so I guess if you like it, it's one thing, but it's so, I don't know, it's just not for me. Then I played Football Manager 18. All spring and winter and up until November. Football, because it's the one that's not on here, and that's how I remembered. Football Manager 19. Been playing that one. Not too recently because we've just been holidays. We played Ghost Recon for a bit.
Yep, we did play Ghost Recon. I
once again
added that to my
another
list.
one that did not come out during 2018, but
it was good.
We hopped back in. We're still not even done with it, but I don't think we're ever going to finish it.
I don't think so either. I think there was so much to the game that
it was
a lot there.
It was almost legitimately too much. Because even the stuff that we would try to check off, I'm going to, wait for Matt to get on, so I'm going to go clear this province of everything that's in it. And then we spawn back in, and they're like, oh, there's supplies in those areas again. I'm like, what? No. Don't put those supplies back. I cleared them because that's the way I wanted it cleared, but whatever. Then I played God of War, my game of the year. So, that happened. Fortnite. I jammed to Fortnite for a solid long time during Season 3. Long for me. I didn't end up getting John Wick, but I played for quite a while. Enter the Gungeon. Played on the Switch. Zelda Breath of the Wild. Switch. WoW Battle for Azeroth. I played it.
Loved every second of it.
Mr. Shifty. Played that. Played The Flame and the Flood. Played Mario Tennis Aces. Played Agents of Mayhem. Did I not have Mario Odyssey on here?
Jesus Christ.
No, did I play that? I played that last year. Mario Tennis Aces. Agents of Mayhem. Graveyard Keeper. Madden 19. Mark of the Ninja. Monument Valley. Mobile game. Rise of Civilizations, mobile game. Into the Breach. Really solid game.
Into the Breach?
Into the Breach. Solid game. Forza Horizon 4. Also really good. FIFA 19. A Way Out. Really good game.
I have questions to ask you in general. After you
good game.
After you finish.
Just in general, or
yeah.
Oh, okay. Red Dead Redemption 2. Great game. My number 2. Lost Sphere. Japanese RPG that I've been playing on the Switch. Heroes of the Storm. Rest in peace. Overwatch. Ring of Elysium. Civilization 6, Warframe, Battlefield 5, Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Go, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I think that's everything. I think so.
All right.
I think that's everything because I can't think of some.
There was probably something else.
There might have been, but I can't think of it.
Did you put Think of the Children on there?
Think of the Children, Death Squared.
Yeah. Those were all really fun games to play.
That Beaver game.
Yeah, the Beaver one. Did they add more levels to that ever?
I don't think so.
Oh, what a disappointment.
Overcooked 2 we never played.
Yeah.
Hello Neighbor we tried to do something with.
Yeah. We played Hitman as well.
We did play Hitman. I played Total War Warhammer for a bit. We did play no. Yeah. Overcooked 2 we need to play. Well, anyway, you go ahead. Things I want us to play in the next 7 days, not really. But we still have to record another episode tonight. Do you work tomorrow?
I close.
You close. So I probably won't push them tonight. But I do have This Is the Police 2 installed. We do need to play Overcooked 2 at some point. And then we have our 2019 list, obviously. But you have your things you wanted to play or want to play. And then you have general questions for me.
All right, so don't do that. Of your list of games you've played, are there any on here that you wish you hadn't played in favor of playing other things?
Ooh, man, that I should have passed on?
Yeah, and in hindsight, this is in hindsight. So no judgment, obviously. But in hindsight, you could have done without playing and been completely okay with that.
Agents of Mayhem. Mario Tennis Aces. Honestly, I guess Warframe, but it wasn't in a time where I was like, oh, this or something else. But definitely Mario Tennis Aces and Agents of Mayhem. Mm-hmm. I stopped playing Agents of Mayhem because I was like, I don't need to finish this. I was in that mood where I'm like, I need to just finish it and get it done. And then I was like, wait, no, I don't. I don't need to finish this game, and I stopped. And then Mario Tennis Aces, I got part of the way through, and I went, this is not what I wanted or what I remembered or whatever about Mario Tennis on the GameCube, and I was just like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done.
Golf Story.
Did I play that this year?
Wasn't that this year?
I don't think so. I'm gonna double check my list from last year.
I couldn't find our lists from last year, so I gave up on that. This is going to be a specific one that I don't think you'll be able to answer because I was going to ask if you remembered paying like full price for any of these that you think were not worth that.
Mario Tennis Aces.
Okay. So basically same ones.
Agents of Mayhem I only spent $10 on, so I can't really get too mad. But
yeah.
Mario Tennis Aces.
What was the other thing I was going to ask? Biggest disappointments on this list. I think I know what it's going to be, but
on my list?
Yeah, on your list.
Mario Tennis Aces?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say Battle for Azeroth.
No, I have to give it to Mario Tennis Aces, followed immediately by Battle for Azeroth. As big of a disappointment as it was, we both, Todd and I, had a lot of fun going through it the first time. It was at the end of it, and we were like, all right, cool, now the grind starts, which we're used to. There's a little bit of a grind.
Yeah.
But they went, oh, no, we're going to stick you in quicksand, molasses, and every other, and you have to go uphill both ways 15 times, whatever. And I was just like, oh, my God, this is awful. So it was at that point that I didn't like it. Mario Tennis, I almost never enjoyed. There were a couple times playing like regular matches and stuff. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I'm doing like the story mode. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is awful. I don't want this.
Which one did you? This is going to be like I'm trying to like dance the line on this one. Of the games that you played with other people, which ones do you think are like the most conducive to like co-op play or like playing with other people?
Man,
oddly specific.
Not Ghost Recon.
Yeah, Ghost Recon's kind of like...
Ghost Recon's weird because if you play alone, you have a squad of 4 people, you plus 3 AI.
Yeah.
The moment one other person joins that, they're like, oh yeah, you don't need anybody else anymore. We're going to take them away from you. And you're like,
what? Yeah,
what?
That was the irritating part about Ghost Recon is you were punished for playing with only one other person. Like maybe...
I might have written over the 2017 copy with my 2018 copy. That might be what happened, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
I wonder if we can go back and pull it up.
I can go just find the video, like the podcast, and listen to it.
I wonder if we would have had an easier time with Ghost Recon if we were playing with like 3 or 4 people.
I don't know about an easier time because that would have run into the problem of good luck getting 4 people to be able to play at the same time, which is the problem we run into now with trying to do certain things. I think it would have been easier in the sense of like we'd have 2 more guns shooting people.
Yeah.
But it would have been harder that we wouldn't have played it as frequently because it would have been that problem. Playing with people. I don't know. There's not really. I mean, like Fortnite.
Well, you have your generic. You have Battle for Azeroth. You have Fortnite. I mean, Far Cry 5.
5 was a lot of fun. 5 just was kind of in that weird spot where you have a person, so you don't have a companion.
FIFA, Forza, A Way Out,
Madden, A Way Out, definitely.
Civ 6.
Civ 6, yeah. Battlefield 5.
Warframe,
A Way Out. A Way Out was definitely.
You think it was because it was? Do you think it was because it was crafted to be played that way, or just?
Yeah, because you have to have 2 people, and because it doesn't matter if you're in the same room or not, you play as if you were side by side, split screen on a couch. So Kenny and I were the ones that played it. We were not in the same room, but it was still split screen the entire time until it turns into cutscenes and stuff like that. And I totally cheated, not really. But there's a twist that happens at the end of the game. And Kenny had been kicking my ass because he's better with a controller than I am in terms of shooting, and we ended up in a shooting moment. And so I set my controller down and switched to my keyboard and mouse and roasted him because he had beaten me in every other mini game up to that point. I wasn't having it at that point.
Because you guys are on PC, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we were playing on our PC, but we were using controllers because it was just easier to do like certain stuff in the like moving around and whatever. And then we just got to that point, and I was like, "Nope, it's shooting time." Set my controller down, switched to my keyboard, and just. Whatever, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. I'll explain more to you about that, unless, not unless you plan on playing it, but I'll explain more to you about that off this.
Let's see here. I had one more thing I wanted to ask. I can't remember what it was. That's not really a good one.
Favorite indie game of the year? You're right. You're right. It is Red Dead Redemption 2.
I was gonna ask what your favorite indie game was, but I feel like there wasn't like a
on this list. It's Into the Breach.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't know if there's anything else that.
Red Dead Redemption 2, made by a little studio known as Rockstar.
They're up and coming.
Yeah. You better be watching out for what their next game's going to be. It's going to be so big. So popular.
Yeah, so I'll just burn through my games of interest.
Which is a really interesting list now that I'm kind of looking at it. There's a couple that I don't know what the hell you're thinking.
Okay.
But, all right.
These are the games that came out this year that I would like to play in the future.
Mine is basically the same, but just add Detroit.
Subnautica, which you grabbed it, I'm assuming.
I grabbed it on Epic for free.
I grabbed it as well, and it's installed, so I'll probably get to that sooner rather than later.
It's not installed, but I mean, I can do that.
Is that? Can you play that with people?
I believe so.
Okay. Celeste, just because it was huge. So.
Right, but we watched the video. That's something you hate.
Yeah, well, when I said games of interest, so
is it on PC?
Well, something I'm going to look into possibly doing.
Is it on PC?
I don't know. I'll have to look.
It might only be on Switch.
Well, then if it's on Switch, I'm definitely not playing it.
Yeah.
A Way Out.
Solid choice.
Yeah.
Don't play it with Samantha.
Okay.
I mean, you could, but I'll tell you about the situation Kenny and I ran into at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that you want to.
Okay.
It's not like it's not skill, but it just won't be the same enjoyment as if you like played it with me or you played it with
someone who's
Dewey or
more
something along those lines.
More experience.
Yeah.
Moss.
It's like an Overcooked situation where you can play it with anybody, but you're gonna want to play it with somebody if
it's
you're
like,
trying.
Humans Fall Flat.
Yeah.
Humans Fall Flat.
Well, it's like Human Fall Flat, except that you need 2 people to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, oh, you can just do the entire map yourself still.
Moss.
Yeah, VR, Moss.
Yeah.
I think I just want to try more VR. I don't know if that means that I have to end up at your house more in 2019. But I think we definitely need to do more VR.
That was the thing that I took away towards the end of this year was there was a lot of titles that came out. Beat Saber.
Yep.
I'm going to throw Super Hot in there too because that was kind of like it kind of had like a second coming situation.
Yeah. Which, as far as I'm concerned, I think the correct way is to play it in VR. It's the most not immersive, but it's like it really takes advantage. It takes advantage of what that game is.
What do we say? So Moss,
Blackwall,
We said Super Hot. Beat Saber.
I think it's Blackwall or Blackout or something like that. It's a shooter.
Moss.
It's like the 4th time we've been.
I know, right?
And Moss.
There's Astro.
Yeah.
What the hell is it?
It's
called?
not Astro Robot or something, but I know what you're talking about.
And Tetris Effect I think has
have a VR
mode as well, which Tetris Effect is also on this list for me.
Which also Tetris Effect.
I don't know. I heard it was really good.
I just don't care about Tetris.
I love Tetris.
Tetris is a lot of fun for me to watch somebody really good play, but not a lot of fun for me to play because I'm not really good.
Well, like I don't know. Are you
can,
not really good? Or are you you're not speedrunner good? I mean, these people who speedrun Tetris
I'm not speedrunner.
No one's that good. They're
I'm obviously not speedrunner good, and I'm not bad, but I would like to be to the ability of like. For me, I almost would never be quick falling a block.
Yeah,
like I'd be like, all right, line it up and now wait, and I'm gonna let this thing fall. I wouldn't even hit down. I'd be like, just wait and make sure that I'm correct because I don't know that I'm right, and I would almost get like annoyed. That being said, there was a game on the NES, and I've talked about this before, called Tetris Attack, that I used to play against my mother all the time, and I was pretty good. But all it was just this matching game where your cursor was two blocks, and there were no like 4s or L's or anything. It was just it would come up from the bottom as full rows, and you were switching these 2 blocks. So you'd just be moving things around to make a bunch of matches everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the bigger match you made, you dumped blocks on top of your opponent, and they had to make a match up against that block in order to unlock it to be able to start using it to start trying to clear out the board. And if they went too far up, if you hit the ceiling, game over.
Yeah.
That was damn good. I really like playing that game. But that's not Tetris. That just happened to be called Tetris and put the word attack at the end of it, but it's not exactly that. It's more like Puyo Puyo Tetris, but it's not the same thing.
The last thing on my list is Fallout 76.
I cut you off during Surviving Mars.
Oh, yeah. Surviving Mars as well.
Surviving Mars is the RTS?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's a base management game.
I think I played it.
Yeah, I think you might have. I don't know.
I think I played it for about an hour because it was on a free weekend, and I wanted to see what it was. And I went, holy mother of Zeus. There is a shit ton of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I got through the second tutorial, and I was like, I don't even know. I won't remember any of this.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on in that game.
Yeah, so the reason I was specific when I said game when I put games of interest on there, my original intent was these are all things that I'm interested in that I might not necessarily play once I delve into them a little bit. And that's my issue with Surviving Mars is I watched some Twitch streams of it. And obviously it's complicated, but if it's to the point where it's like going to be too much, I don't want to get into it because I'll have that same problem where I'm just like this is too much for me to be enjoyable.
Right.
To be enjoyed.
And 76 will be interesting. It's on my interest list of just keep watching it to see if everything at some point reaches like a No Man's Sky redo or late Division, late Destiny, where they're like, oh, hey, this game's actually playable.
Yeah. I've been interested in it since...
I'm interested in it. I'm interested because it's Fallout.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of you and I both just going through the world of Fallout. but it's all the stuff that I don't like that exists, and all the stuff that you do like that does exist. So it plays very much to your play style, not mine, and that's where I'm like, you would actually be stuck in a terminal telling me the story, and I would just be standing behind you protecting you because I would be looking for things to fight and just slaughtering indiscriminately.
So that's my hesitation is like, it sounds so much like the stuff that I like from Fallout, but everyone else's reaction so negative towards it, which is giving me cold feet on it. Because like I don't,
and I also wouldn't get it unless we both agreed to get it.
Yeah,
that's also my stand. Like I wouldn't get that unless I was either dragging somebody down with me or potentially enjoying it alone.
Yeah, which I'm not afraid to get it by myself, simply because I know if what I've heard about it is true, I'll be fine.
Regardless,
bumbling around reading terminals. So, like, I'm thinking what might end up happening if there's a gap at some point. Like, if
your gap is till the end of January right now, bud.
Well, what's out in January?
I don't know. I mean, I can look at the list, but I think it's more that February is the goal.
Yeah, February.
I think January brings like Resident Evil and stuff like that, which isn't our thing anyway.
So I think if it stays at its price, or like at some point, if I can get it for like $30, I might do that, like gamble on it, and then at that point I can play it, and you can come over and play it, or we could look at it and then assess it from there. Because like if I play it for 20, 30 hours or more, and I'm just reading terminals and stuff like that, I'm happy. So
I'm just kind of checking through a real quick small list of things that are supposed to be releasing in January here. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Blech.
Tropico 6, yeah. Nothing that we're going to be worried about. Trials is in February. Crackdown's in February. Dead or Alive 6 is in February. Far Cry New Dawn is in February. Metro Exodus is in February.
Yeah, I think New Dawn and Exodus
Phoenix
were like
Wright,
the same week or something.
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is in February. Anthem is in February. Anno, Dirt Rally 2, Left Alive. Here we go, fiscal year.
Yeah. So the first thing I think that I might do would be New Dawn.
Yeah. So we'll see. I guess my big one in terms of I gotta play Detroit, and then that's kind of whatever. After that, I think I've pretty much touched everything else I wanted to. I guess I'd be curious to get Game Pass again and like dabble in Sea of Thieves, maybe. But I'm not like pining for that.
Yeah, I would be curious about that as well.
I debated doing it anyway, like even though mine's canceled right now. I don't remember when it runs out. I don't remember when the end of it is.
Mine's I think actually
mine
today,
might,
I think's the last day.
Yeah, mine might have been today or tomorrow, so it's not going to be any good. But I debated just downloading it and then just hopping in and being like, yeah. But I was like, if I don't do this with a person, I'm gonna. Yeah. I know I'm gonna get a sour taste.
We probably should have done that. I didn't.
Well, we could have done that. We had the State of Decay 2 was in the list and stuff like that too. But that's another one of those ones where it's like, I kind of want to get. If I did that, I would want to have more, definitely you and I doing it. If
we get more people, it'd probably be better.
Yeah, but like we're Forza, you and I like the idea of playing together, even though we both don't do it. We did it for like one night and never did it again.
Yeah.
But the Sea of Thieves one, it's like, no, we need to do that together because it's the only way it's actually going to be enjoyable for us.
Yeah, that would have to be like I think it would be better too if we had we could somehow get 3 or 4 people doing it at once.
I guess we'll end it with things you're looking forward to in 2019, or your once again New Year's resolutions for gaming in 2019.
Oh shit! I mean, Anthem right off the bat is probably what I'm looking forward to the most. I'm kind of weird about the Division 2. I'm looking forward to it because I know we'll play it together, and that's the part I'm looking forward to, is the playing together. The game itself, I enjoyed the Division 1 not nearly as much as you did, so like I'm looking forward to that and not so much the actual game itself. And everything else that I'm looking forward to as far as games, I think don't have a a set release date for
Yeah.
2018. So
2019.
that'll be interesting. Or 2019, I'm sorry. So that'll be interesting. They're mostly the PlayStation exclusives that we don't have.
Ghost of Tsushima, Dreams.
Yeah, The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Death
Stranding.
Yeah.
Though, allegedly it's June.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Thanks, Walmart.
What do you got in games that you're looking forward to?
Division 2. Division 2 is my big hit, and then I basically flip you and I with Anthem in Division 2.
Yeah.
Division 2 is my big first. Holy shit! Here we go. It's jam time. Hopefully, Anthem. I enjoy it because I think no matter what, I'm going to play it on PC. This is the part where once again I'm going to divide you into.
I'm worried about the game.
What group you want to play with?
Honestly, I don't know because this is the part I'm worried about. Is like I don't know how well it's going to do and how much interest it's going to have. So like I don't know who's going to actually get it.
Yeah, because my thing is I'll probably have, and even if I cancel it for 2 months or something, I'll probably still have Premiere going for Origin for playing Battlefield.
Yeah.
So I'll just have Anthem and keep rolling with Anthem.
Yeah, I mean I'm not buying it if I get it on PC. It's going to be through Premiere.
Right.
Like, there's no reason not to do that.
I'm not going to switch to PS4 for it. It's basically what I'm saying. Like I'm not going to swap over to PS4 because I can just do it this way. But
it's so interesting. Like I didn't anticipate the service thing kicking in so quickly.
Yeah,
because now it makes it hard to warrant buying a game on console. Like, which is I didn't expect that to be a thing. Now it's like, ooh, I could spend $60 and buy it on console, or that could be 6 months of any game I want, like from this particular service.
Yeah, it's a lot to. There's a lot of different avenues now about purchasing or playing games that you can do. So yeah, it's Division 2 for me. That's going to be my baby. Obviously, I'm on record as loving Division 1, even through its tumultuous start. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think my New Year's resolution for gaming in 2019 would be to try more VR titles, because I feel like that's the one thing we have a VR set at our disposal. It's yours, but I feel like we just don't take advantage of it enough. Moss being an example, Beat Saber, all these things that
I've never played a game on it.
Right, like all these things that we could try or use it, and we don't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's up there. I also would like, in my thought, to somewhat get the gang back together. Like, chilling it for the Game Awards was awesome. And I now want to take that exact thing and play Overcooked 2.
Yeah.
Or play some, Helldivers again. Like, I had a clip of old Helldivers gameplay that I was watching because I was cleaning up my PC. I wasn't playing. It was you, Brian, Dewey, and Tyler.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was when we were first recording stuff. And like the audio is so shit, it's unusable. But I'm just watching it and laughing because I remember exactly what was happening in that moment and the amount of people getting shot by turrets and shit. And I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how to put it into words, but my New Year's resolution for gaming is kind of to. I think my resolution for this year has been successful, and like I don't know.
I can't say play more games.
Yeah, so this is the thing. It's like I don't know if I've necessarily
without quitting my job.
I don't know. I don't know if I've necessarily played more games, but I think the amount of time I've spent playing games is definitely way higher, and
I mean, almost everything you've played has been a 50-hour game.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of Matt, 50 hours.
Yeah.
Nate, like 20 hours.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. Odyssey, I just got Odyssey. I'm already 30 hours into it. Like,
the funny part is, and you're probably only like, well, I mean, you said you're level 20-something. I'm level 8 at this point. I'm 6 hours in.
You are not that far behind me in the main story. Like,
and that's the part
you're literally, you could start, it'd take you I probably wouldn't even take you an hour to catch up to me.
Yeah, which is the funny part when you're like, man, I feel really overpowered right now. And then we're talking about it, and you're like, where are you in the story? And I'm like describing it to you, and you're giving me these looks. I'm like, you can't be much further than me. The way you were looking at me, I'm like, no, he's probably about 2 hours ahead of me, maybe.
Yeah.
If I sat down and just went.
Oh, yeah, that's totally, like, honestly, it's probably an hour.
But I honestly have been getting distracted quite a bit in this game because I'm running into the, ooh, thing on a map. Ooh, thing on a map. Ooh, thing on a map. So.
Yeah. And,
but yeah, so.
It sucks into, yeah, anyways, we won't get sucked back into Assassin's Creed. But my resolution, which is hard to put into words, but I kind of want to make, I want to make my gaming, I don't know how to describe it. I guess more professional in a way that, like, I want to make, I need to figure out my computer setup because I've been like kind of playing my desk computer setup is not conducive to usability. It's just a mess. I need to get a new desk. I need to resituate the office and just make it more comfortable in there. And also what you were saying about I want to play more with people and like how we used to play and play more online, maybe that just generally
I think
make it more social.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to our schedules.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely always a crew for the most part that I can pull together on PC if we wanted to ever be playing stuff. Like,
yeah,
I'm 85% positive I know at least 3 other people that are going to be playing Anthem. And even one person is like, yeah, you, me, and him, it's just a glorious time.
Yeah. There's definitely, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a New Year's resolution. It's just simply a fact. The computer needs to get upgraded. It's just got to happen. So
yeah. Do we have any New Year's goals as a podcast?
We probably should.
I feel like we should, but I don't know what they should be.
I don't know yet either. I mean, we've always talked about the video thing.
We've talked about that literally for over a year now.
Yeah. So
we've talked about it and bullshitted it. So it's like I don't know if we need to actually just kind of
just do it,
commit.
Yeah.
But you know that you know the immediate problem we both have. We don't want to half-ass it.
Yeah, that is the problem.
That's the immediate problem we both have is that we don't want to half-ass it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Samantha for Christmas got a camera studio-ish kit with lights, green screen, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be okay with you toting that up here.
It's prepackaged in a lovely
Can you imagine her
two bags.
Can you imagine her yelling at you? You're like, I need this for this. And you're like, I'm recording a podcast.
Well, her first thing was, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but this is really cool. And I'm like, I'm going to steal that.
Yeah, you just look at her and go, I know what you're going to do with it. Thanks.
But yeah,
we could actually.
That. I think it would either have to be one of two things or two things. Video.
I like the idea of two things, but I want to hear what yours are.
Committing to the video, and that implying like us setting something up that's conducive to video, which would probably be like some sort of table chair setup. And then
I like the idea of a high top.
Yeah. And then
something to hide my legs so I can still wear sweatpants.
Yeah. Gameplay.
So those are my two things. Yeah. My two things were,
which that feeds into my side of the whole like trying to. I don't know how else to describe it other than like I guess make my gameplay my gaming somewhat more professional. As I need to get some sort of like capturing, either get like an Elgato or whatever or something.
Don't need it. But we can talk about that.
Do software or something, I guess.
Yeah, like I'm not. That's all capture in itself, bud.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really wanted to use the PS4, yeah, you could use a Gato, but I have a Gato.
Yeah.
That I could just hand to you. The two things I think we should shoot for are one gameplay and one recorded podcast, video styled, by E3.
By E3, so June.
Yeah, June 12th, roughly, like halfway through, like mid-June is.
That's reasonable. That's plenty of time.
I think it's
for our
plenty of time
procrastination.
for our procrastination to on May 30th record what we need to and put it out.
I see. I would like to at some point. This is pie in the sky. Like this is way out there.
Oh, pie in the sky! I quit my job and we do this for reals.
I would like to get to the point to where we live stream it on Twitch.
There are so many things that can go wrong.
I know, but that's the pie in the sky. Like I think that would be like
if we were to do
awesome
that studio needs to get rebuilt.
Yeah.
Well, not rebuilt,
but
actually touched up.
Yeah. But I think that would
which I think also will be conducive to the idea of us recording. We'll be potentially having to be out there.
Yeah.
Unless we can actually narrow like that wall right there into the two of us, then we might have to go out there.
Yeah.
But that'll be a bridge crossed when we get there, I guess.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But I think it would also very much change the format a little bit too, just because like if we did a Twitch thing, that would bring in the ability to, to talk to people immediately and directly. So like it could be interesting to,
or at least at the end.
Yeah, to like respond to, like a chat.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the joke that I've heard from some people is like, "Why don't you do a Patreon?" I'm like, "Because nobody wants to give me money for this. Are you kidding me?
We're not
that's
ready
like
for
a whole,
Patreon.
That's
yet.
a whole thing. That's not just like, oh, I do this. That's like that's like taxes and stuff. That's like a problem.
And with that comes expectations and responsibilities.
Yeah, that's like goals and me having to have a monthly commitment to you guys, where it's like, oh, if you subscribe at this tier, I'll send you a postcard every month. And I'm like, I don't have that kind of money. You know how expensive postage is? Get out of here. I think I look like I'm a rich. But there's, I guess that's it. That's our podcast goal along with our individual goals for games.
Some ideas.
If you've made it to this point at an hour and 43 minutes, if you've made it here, I really, really want you to get in touch with me on the subreddit via the link in the description that takes you to our like feedback form, on Twitter, in emails, in text messages, at shouting me in the street. I don't care. I need to hear what you guys want in 2019. What do you want more of? What do you want less of? What do you think we should do for our goals? What games would you want to see us play if we did something like that? I have ideas. I'm curious more to what you guys would want. Do you not want me to say fuck as often? It's probably not going to happen, but I understand the wants behind it.
We can try everything once.
Yeah, we can try everything once. I'll do an entirely clean episode. It'll be the only one in history that I don't mark as expletive. But we'll try anything once. That's basically the motto behind Gamers 2. Honestly, that's how I'm going to put our podcast description. If we ever have to do a panel anywhere, we'll do it. We'll try anything once and just see what nightmarish hell happens.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. So go to those places, fill something out, and just get in touch with us and let us know, because I'm really curious from a listener perspective, not a viewer perspective, because that's the idea, not yet. But let us know.
I kind of assumed we would have gotten complaints about length.
I figured we would too, but I also feel like there's not actually that many people listening, so it might not be a problem. Yeah, especially at this point, this is like the only one that we've ever like get close to 2 hours. We're usually like an hour 20, hour 30, but now we're pushing 2 hours.
For sure.
Faux shizzle. All right. We'll see you in about 5 minutes if you're listening to these back to back when we discuss candy and stuff again. Bye-bye.